Hello and welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Stellaris. For those of you who aren't in the know, Stellaris is a grand strategy game that was put out by Paradox Interactive. I didn't like it when it first came out, but since there have been a bevy of new updates, I thought I'd give it another shot for the channel. So let's get started by taking a look at the factions. I created a new one called the United Earth Republic, but I switched things up a little bit by making the human race into deviant rebels instead of just wasteful people, because you'd think that there'd be some things that would change in the future and other things wouldn't. Let's select this and get started. I'm going to turn Iron Man mode on just for the heck of it. Alright, let's do this. There's an odd problem here because the biography here is not the one that I wrote, but with that said, let's get started.
Good day, Mr. President. I am Veer, a prototype synthetic intelligence.
So I'll just shut this thing down.
I urge you to reconsider.
Sorry. Let's get started by having a look at the technologies that we need to research. We'll get started with quantum theory because it'll speed up our research times. On the society tab, we'll go with biodiversity. That'll work. And for engineering, we'll go with nanomechanics. That should speed things up quite quickly, and then we can focus on the rest of the technologies. For now, let's send out the UES Fahrenheit with Samir Adwam, and we'll have him survey the surrounding star systems, but which ones? Oh, how about all of them? He can survey that entire system, and then when he's done, we can move on. Corinth, there might be something useful over there, so we'll explore anyway. More energy won't hurt because we don't have to upkeep the station, so we can build an energy plant around Jupiter. Yeah, let's go for that. And by the way, President Fowler was elected on a platform of increasing R&D, so we are going to have to find a way to build research stations where we can. And that's about it for the opening moves. Let's get started.
Construction completed.
We'll hold off on additional orders just for the moment. I don't quite understand why less UV light would make planets around a star more inhospitable to life, because UV light has been known to cause cancer. We're going to have to construct a science ship to speed things up, because if we wait too long, other exploratory civilizations will get an edge. One of the things that we can do on Earth is clear out the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, and that'll improve our agriculture output so we can support more pops. Okay, the UES Lagrange is available. Let's see where we can go with it. Let's assign it to Tagalion, but first we need a leader. Let's recruit another scientist. We'll get Jose Romero just because he's meticulous. That should be very helpful. Okay, now we can go out surveying. Jose can survey Tagalion. And once he's done with that, we'll send him to the Doorfill system. That should do the trick. For the first time, we found alien life. This amazing discovery has silenced those who believed that we were alone in the universe. None of the alien creatures found on Inthor 2 are sapient, but it's only a matter of time before we encounter beings that are. Yeah, if we can discover alien life on a planet that's right next door to us, it shouldn't be too hard to discover it elsewhere. And we gained a lot of society research. Inthor 2 has low gravity, which is a bit of a problem, and hazardous weather. Uh-oh. We'll wait a little bit and see if there are more habitable worlds around. The United Earth Republic is abuzz with news of the alien organisms that we discovered some time ago. There's a renewed hope of first contact with intelligent beings. Let's just hope that they're not hostile. You know, just because. Okay, our encounter with alien life forms has reignited an old debate on how we should approach intelligent alien civilizations. Some think that we should establish friendly relations as soon as possible. Others point out that we cannot know if the aliens bear ill intent toward us, so we should not let them know too much about us before it's even necessary. We'll try to be at least a little proactive about this. Science ships don't seem to count toward our naval capacities, so we are going to construct a few more of them, just to speed things up. One more should do for the longer range flights. We uncovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on L49426. If what we've learned from these artifacts is correct, this civilization was a confederation that consisted of many different alien races. They called themselves the First League and appear to have coexisted in relative peace some 2 million years ago. The Tegalion system lies in a region of space that seems to have made up the core of their territory. A partial map indicates that the First League may have discovered a significant portion of our galaxy before it collapsed. Okay, so we found the precursors.
Situation log has been updated.
If we're able to find 6 more First League artifacts, we should be able to pinpoint where their home system is. The question is, do we want to do that? It seems a little strange that we're this close to the galactic center, but it's a game, so we'll leave that go. Let's speed things up a tiny bit. Xenologists are falling all over themselves to publish their takes on the recent discovery of alien life. It has had some negative yet temporary impact on pursuits in other fields. That sucks, but it's to be expected. Let's get the Kelvin up and running. We'll recruit another scientist. These two are better at research speed, so we will give command of the Kelvin to Lorenza Costa. She's carefree, but that'll speed up our research of anomalies. That isn't too bad. And we'll give her a longer range expedition. Let's see where we should go on the galaxy map. Dr. Costa can work on surveying this system, and then move on to this trinary star system. That should be neat. And then we'll go to the Procyon system. Yeah, binary stars should be a lot of fun. Our other science ships will spread out in a similar manner once they complete their current assignments. Okay, we have new traditions available, but which? To boldly go will increase our survey speed by quite a bit. Yeah, that's fine. Let's adopt the discovery tradition.
We have detected an anomaly.
Let's have Dr. Adwam research that. It'll take a little while, but the discovery will be worth it. Okay, that's interesting. We found silicon-based life in a network of tunnels underneath Inthor 3. The creatures feed off of rocks, and they possess a rudimentary form of intelligence. Their funneling efforts have shoveled large amounts of valuable minerals to the surface. That's interesting. There are a lot of asteroids in the Dorfill system, so maybe we can find something valuable here. Barnard's star has pretty much nothing going for it, aside from a little bit of energy. Yeah, they can't all be winners, I guess. The Inthor system has quite a bit of value in it, so we might have our first colony here. It's an ocean world, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. We'll put the Mississippi in the Inthor system and claim it for the Republic. 1 starbase coming up. Dr. Romero has found an anomaly on an asteroid. The surface of the asteroid is littered with metallic debris. Most of it appears to originate from starships. Let's go for it. If we can find something of value that helps us to deal with other empires, that should be great. There's a habitable world survey. We now know that a thriving biosphere is not unique to Earth. The scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable life-bearing worlds. Let's go for that.
Situation log has been updated.
And we have a new tradition. Let's make our survey speed faster with To Boldly Go. Alpha Centauri 3 is a perfect colonization site. We created a starbase in orbit around Inthor. So how did that expand our borders? Okay, just to that star. So we're going to have to pick and choose where we want to go. We need to build more research stations, so maybe we can do that in the Sol system. We'll do that for Mars just because it will fulfill President Fowler's primary objective, at least partially.
System survey concluded.
Okay, we found a junkyard on an asteroid. There's a bunch of machinery and metallic refuse in the asteroid itself, and it's slowly being pulled into the jumble of debris that covers the surface. There's nothing of value, but a lot of metal can be salvaged by a mining station. Yeah, we can recycle a little bit. The Fahrenheit has completed its first assignment, so maybe we should go to the Nashira system. Yeah, this should be extremely valuable. Dr. Adwam can survey this system, and is there something beyond it? He can head over this way. For now, we can construct a colony ship and boldly go to the Inthor system. Let's do that. Here we are, we need an Angola class, and we'll select some humans. I'm surprised that there's not much of value in this star system, but we might find something that'll justify it beyond this habitable world over in Proxima Centauri.
Construction completed.
Okay, we have a new research station. That means that we're a quarter of the way there.
System survey concluded.
Let's send the Lagrange out. Dr. Romero can work in the galaxy map. Let's have Dr. Romero explore in this direction. He can go to the Kepler system first, although that's a pulsar, so I'm not expecting much. After that, he can survey Marath, Regin, and Yanessa. As for our construction ship, we are going to need to send it to Alpha Centauri to claim this world immediately, but we can't do that until the Kelvin finishes its survey.
Anomalous readings registered.
Dr. Costa has developed new skills. She's a roamer, okay. There are signs of precursor activity on Nashira 1A. If we can, we should dedicate the time to it.
System survey concluded.
Okay, Dr. Costa has finished her survey of the Alpha Centauri system, so let's get a colony ship over there. We'll construct a starbase around Alpha Centauri A. As for Inthor Station, we're going to have to upgrade it. And we'll get the Knossos over to Inthor 2. There's low habitability here, but we'll make it work. And we'll name the colony Sagan. That seems fitting. We can always terraform Inthor 2 once we discover the tech for it.
We have detected an anomaly.
Okay, we found an anomaly in the Kepler system. Efforts to map the surface of Kepler 5A have identified a strange mountain formation in the southern hemisphere. It does not appear to have formed naturally. Let's research it. It's going to be a little while before we can construct a second colony ship, but once we can do that, we'll be on our way.
A new world of opportunities awaits.
Our colony ship has made a gentle splashdown in the planet-spanning ocean of Sagan, just off the shores of a large archipelago. The fertile island chain will serve as an excellent first landing site. The ship has been permanently anchored in preparation for its conversion into the administrative headquarters of the new settlement. Its reactor core is in the process of being removed so it can serve as a temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefab shelters have sprung up on the islands surrounding the former starship's massive hull as the colonists begin to disembark in large numbers, the first human city on an alien world. It's a great day, and we got some engineering research out of it too. Nice. We're gonna have to wait until 2208 in order to fill out the colony, so we'll just move on.
Construction completed.
We have a new tradition that we can adopt. Let's go for a science division, just because it'll increase our scientist level cap by 2. That'll work for the early stages of this odyssey. There we are. Oh, we thought we found some assorted mountains in the southern hemisphere of Kepler 5a, but we actually discovered the massive skeletal remains of a colossal alien life form. The bones are 3.4 billion years old, but our scientists have ruled out that Kepler 5a could have supported life on that scale at any point. Dr. Romero has developed a special research project to delve further into the mystery. Fascinating.
Situation log has been updated.
Okay, we're gonna have to send Dr. Romero to orbit here. He can work on the research project. While we're waiting on that, the Mississippi can construct mining stations for Alpha Centauri A and 1A. That'll help. Oh, Dr. Costa's done with her survey. Okay, we'll have to reassign her. I would like to put her over here, but I think it's imperative that we secure this link to the other arm of the galaxy. So we'll have her survey these 2 stars first. Pilgrim and Yurgrel. These names are getting harder to pronounce.
Research concluded.
Okay, our engineering research should speed up, so let's retask our research chief. We'll go for assembly patterns and carrier operations. Rizzo is done with his research as well. We'll work on hydroponics farming. That should be useful. And it allows us to construct hydroponics farms on star bases, so that could help.
The special project has concluded.
Okay. Dr. Romero has completed his study of the massive skeletal remains on Kepler 5a. The creature is some sort of organic spaceship. Much smaller bones from at least 3 separate species were found in the larger skeleton, and these must be members of the crew. The organic starship suffered catastrophic damage and crash-landed on Kepler 5a. While we cannot begin to understand the biological engineering necessary to grow a ship like this, the study of the bones has substantially advanced our knowledge. Okay, we can get some societal and engineering research out of that, so we should extend our reach in that direction, at least partially. Dr. Adwam found a major First League naval base in orbit around Nashira 1A. We know that the League maintained a massive fleet called the Grand Navy to combat piracy and safeguard member nations from external aggressors. This particular outpost appears to have provided berthing for one of their rimward patrol fleets. There's a special project
Situation
here.
log has been updated.
That's going to have to take priority, so we'll move the Fahrenheit into orbit. As for the Lagrange, we need to see what else is out there. We'll move it back to its original task of exploring this section of our galaxy. Marath, Sawa, Majek, Yanessa, Hicksum, and Regine. That should do the trick. We have enough alloys to construct a colony ship. That'll work out. Let's go to our home system and build one. There we are. We can send the Mississippi back to the Inthor system and have it build out this part. That should help out a bit. We'll build mining stations on Inthor 1, the star itself, and Inthor 3. There's another habitable world in the Pilgrim system. We found a natural wormhole in the Marath system. A rift in the very fabric of space-time has formed here, and our scientists speculate that it may be a conduit through subspace to another wormhole somewhere else in our galaxy. This could potentially allow ships to travel from one end of the galaxy to another in a matter of days. Unfortunately, it's unstable, so any vessels foolish enough to pass through it would be ripped apart in seconds. But what if it could be stabilized? We need to build wormhole stabilization technology and secure this area, because if an advanced empire comes through here, we're screwed.
The special project has concluded.
Our archaeological mission to the First League Naval Base has concluded. We recovered the emblem of the 28th Outer Rim Patrol Fleet, a mid-sized task force charged with the defense of trade routes leading to League Associate nations along the Galactic Rim. The base orbiting Nishira 1A was apparently their home port. Okay. We found some artifacts, and we got some engineering research out of that. Neat. We're going to have to retask the Fahrenheit, but that shouldn't be too hard. It can survey the rest of the system and move on as planned. We'll send it here to Detinol and wait for the rest of it.
Anomalous readings registered.
We found strange energy readings around Marath 4. An entire planet is wavering in and out of existence. If something's screwing with the state of planets in that star system, we need to know about it. It's going to take forever, but I'm sure that Dr. Romero's up to it.
Anomalous readings registered.
Dr. Adwam found a small cargo pod that has been left adrift in space above Nishira 6. It has been captured by the planet's gravity well, and it'll be pulled into its atmosphere. Okay, that takes priority. We don't want to waste discoveries if we don't have to.
System survey concluded.
Okay, the Pilgrim system has been fully surveyed. It might be best to send the Kelvin to the other arm of the galaxy, because if we find any aliens there, we'll know that we need to secure this system. Or Pilgrim. Either one. Okay, the cargo pod was left a long time ago. It somehow escaped the notice of other spacefarers, and its decaying orbit meant that it would have been lost in the gas giant's crushing atmosphere within another few years. When the crew of the Fahrenheit unsealed the pod, they discovered a stash of alien jewelry made out of precious metals. That's cool. We got some energy credits out of that. If we can, we need to build out our industrial, mining, and agriculture districts. Oh. We did that twice. There we are. We can work on getting rid of the industrial wasteland. That will allow us to build up 2 more generator districts. As for sprawling slums, we'll add another pop. That should be helpful. And that's going to do it for this episode of Stellaris. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep your eyes on the stars, and I'll see you next time.